Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Together we are the Office Blokes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
It is indeed. All
It
three
is
of
a
us.
Statement.
Yeah, all three of us. This is the top 10 creepiest things caught on body camera footage. I just off reading that little bit, I think I've seen this one. Is it a girl that was like, were they being like kept in the basement or something for years? Like they hadn't interacted with other kids. And broke out and got to the police, but didn't fully know how to communicate with the police.
Oh.
I think that's it. It's a really weird one where it's like the cops are going, "Are you on drugs or something?" And
One thing we've got now, especially with body cam and dash cams and CCTV and doorbells and stuff like that, and ring doorbells and things.
Yeah,
everything's caught on camera nowadays.
Oh, it is massively,
It's hard
isn't
to
it?
get away from anything without camera.
We're one of the most sort of like
surveilled
countries in the world as well.
We are.
I think with CCTV and because a lot of people have it at home as well now.
Yeah.
Don't like say with ring doorbells and just cameras everywhere. So
do you agree with it? Or
I agree that everyone should have a right to privacy, but also if you're in a town centre or you're around shops, anywhere you're going to be interacting with other people, I think it's fair game if the council want to have
I
cameras.
sort of think town centres trying to keep people safe and they can see incidents popping off, especially at closing times and stuff like that, because you get people causing trouble, don't you know? I know what you mean, though. It can be a bit.
I'm all for it, mate.
Yeah.
You've got nothing to hide. If you
Absolutely,
don't break the law and you're all right.
Yeah.
That's the problem, though, not breaking the law, isn't it?
Okay, it's hard.
Yeah, because
speed cameras.
Well, that's what I was going to move on to. So let's say all motorways are smart motorways with average speed checks.
Yeah.
Then you can't speed.
Yeah.
Then it's shit.
Anyway. Yeah.
Not that we do, but
I know how they
Perhaps
work.
thought.
I think.
You think?
Well, I've not had a ticket for a while.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
let's do this. This is the top 10 creepiest things caught on body cam footage.
But the reason I called and the reason I managed to get out here, this is one of the most scariest things I've ever done. I'm terrified.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 creepiest things caught on body cam footage.
I need Narcan! I got you.
For this list, we'll be looking at the scariest and most
That's when people overdose, isn't it?
Is that what it was?
I don't know.
I think that Noraccan or whatever it's called is literally someone's dead from like a heroin overdose or an opiate overdose, and I think they just jab them and they just instantly go. Like that.
It's
They're just back
like
to
an
life.
adrenaline shot or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
It's creepy to watch because people are dead, and then suddenly they just burst into energy, and like a lot of the time they kick off, on the first responder that's done it to them. It's madness.
unsettling things that were reportedly captured by police officers and other authority figures wearing body cameras. How would you have reacted to these situations? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Escaping a kidnapper. A man named Melvin Porter kidnapped his ex-girlfriend and drove her down the East X freeway in Texas.
It's a miracle this woman was not injured.
She asked Porter to pull over at a gas station so she could use the restroom, which allowed police officers the time to arrive at the station to arrest Porter. When the criminal allegedly reached for a weapon, they opened fire, leading to a shootout. During the tense exchange, one of the police officers manages to attract the attention of the victim and escorts her to safety.
Come here.
The woman is shaken but very appreciative, and she would be okay. Porter was killed in the gunfight.
You're okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Number 9. The Arlington Monster. Police officers get some weird calls, weird and terrifying. The creep factor of this video comes not in the visuals but the audio. As officers sit in their car, they get a report of an unknown creature that is stalking the nearby area.
Unsure of what kind of animal it is, but it's 8 or 9 feet tall.
The imagination is certainly spurned when the creature is described. It allegedly stands around 8 feet tall and is walking on 5 legs.
This character's name is Sai.
Okay.
And it's based on your psychological image of what fear is. So that's nothing specific, just your imagination. That's why you probably got a lot of different descriptions.
The police officers head out into the night to investigate, probably wondering just what in the heck they're getting themselves into. Luckily, everything turned out okay.
And you have so many calls.
My bad. I did not mean to cause a disturbance.
No. You're fine. You're fine. It's
unusual.
It's very unusual.
It was just a man in an elaborate Halloween costume, and the police joked around and even took photos as a little memento. Number 8. Stopping a radical. This footage seems like any other confrontational arrest. Police hold the suspect on the ground, apply pressure to his back, and slap a pair of handcuffs on him.
You got him? Good. What's your first name?
They proceed to go through his pockets and find 3 concealed knives. That's plenty scary enough, but the true horror comes from the story behind the arrest. This man is a bomb maker and a prospective terrorist named Khalid Ali.
Oh, another knife? No, just getting out. Third knife.
Ali was arrested following an extensive counterterrorism operation, and he was found to be plotting an attack against the English police and government.
Okay, so how many times have you pressed the button to cause an explosion?
Probably more than 300 times.
He was given 3 life sentences for the plot and for making Taliban bombs. Number 7, toddler saved from house fire. Fires always make for intense footage, especially when it involves children.
What's the kid's name?
This body cam is worn by a first responder in Wisconsin, who was providing assistance at a mobile home fire in West Allis.
Hey, MJ, come here! MJ, come on, buddy! MJ, it's okay, buddy!
Police race to action and attempt to rescue a 3-year-old child that is trapped inside. This makes for white-knuckle viewing, with the raging flames, billowing smoke, and panicked voices of the officers, adding a serious sense of unease. Luckily, a firefighter was able to rip apart the window, climb inside, and rescue the child, who was then given to one of the officers.
Oh.
He was then taken to the hospital and ultimately recovered. It's a happy ending to an otherwise very unsettling situation.
Wow.
Number 6.
I'd be on fire if I was the parent.
Same.
In that situation.
Yep. That's why I've got people like now, firefighters and everything. Don't they?
Absolutely,
when
heroes.
Blazes like that, they just pile in there. Don't even think, I'm not sure where we should go in. Just straight in there.
It's the job, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Brave
Absolutely
people.
Proper professionals.
One of my things are really, I mean, I know probably everyone as well, similar, but I don't like seeing kids distressed.
No,
if
there's
you
nothing
see
worse.
any kid upset for anything, nah, not having it.
Yeah, there's literally nothing worse because they're so innocent and vulnerable in that situation.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Wanted man finally arrested. This footage depicts a routine traffic stop conducted by deputies of Oconee County, Georgia, but it's hiding a sinister secret.
What's your last name?
Sakim.
Sakim. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have you go and step out the vehicle for me.
The man giving the name Ray Seckham was pulled over for driving on a suspended license.
You got some pants like that, haven't you, Mike?
Yeah. That's what Mike wears to do yoga at the weekends, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
His retreats.
I think I've seen you going out and.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to place you into custody today. Okay, you're gonna have to go down to jail.
Oh no.
You gotta get booked in. They're gonna take your fingerprints.
Following his arrest, Seckham was taken to jail and fingerprinted. It was then that police made a horrifying and long-awaited discovery.
They put me under arrest right now. I don't know.
The fingerprints were matched to one Mohammed Bilal El Amin, who had been wanted for nearly 30 years. El Amin shot and killed an 18-year-old back in 1994 and successfully evaded the police until 2022. Aside from the homicide itself, he was also charged with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. After nearly 3 decades, the law finally caught up to El Amin, and it was all captured on camera.
El Amin, who had a nationwide FBI bulletin on him for years, is now at the Fulton County Jail charged with murder.
Number 5, sudden collapse.
I remember just not feeling right and then I fall back.
The leading cause of overdose deaths in 2021, fentanyl is a major contributor to the opioid epidemic. 50 times more potent than heroin, fentanyl is an extremely powerful drug.
Yeah, it's a powder.
It could be cocaine or fentanyl. It tested positive for fentanyl. That stuff's no joke, dude. It's super dangerous.
This video is taken from the body camera of police officer Scott Crane, who was training Deputy David Fayavai. During an arrest, Deputy Fayavai placed his face close to where he'd been testing bags of fentanyl and methamphetamine. While secondhand contact cannot cause overdose, there's speculation that he collapsed as a result of accidental ingestion. He lay on the ground as Crane grabbed pockets of naloxone to administer to him. This drug is used to reverse the effects of an opioid overdose. Luckily, Fayavai survived.
Oh, no. Don't be sorry. You're okay. Don't be sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about. I got you, okay? I'm not gonna let you die.
Holy shit.
Number 4.
Wow. That's giving me goosebumps on them.
It's scary.
Yeah.
I've watched quite a few things about fentanyl and stuff, and it's really, really scary stuff. It's like minuscule the amount to kill someone.
Yeah, poor guy though, there, just fucking doing his job every day.
I
And
know.
he's got his head too close to where he was testing it.
I know,
Next thing, boom.
Absolutely potent, that stuff, isn't it?
I think I want to say it's the lead cause of deaths in like a certain age demographic in the whole of the states.
Wow.
Opioid overdoses. so that's a wide-ranging thing, not just fentanyl.
What's it, 50 times stronger than heroin or something? Wow.
So when you see an actual representation of how much will kill a person, it's almost like grains.
Wow.
It's literally nothing.
You see what he did to him then? He just sniffed it, sort of thing. By accident.
Must have done, yeah.
There's
well done to the other cop though.
Yeah, quick thinking. He saved his life, didn't he?
There's some. There was a comedian last year, wasn't there, or a couple of comedians that died of fentanyl overdoses in the States.
I don't know.
They bought cocaine that was laced with fentanyl.
Oh really?
And just did lines of coke, and that was it, and they all just died. Oh. I think one survived. I think like maybe a female survived, and some guys died.
Wow.
Yes, it's proper scary stuff.
Hostage rescue. The following seems like it could have been taken straight out of a Hollywood thriller. So exciting and tense is the footage. Police were sent to a house in Greeley, Colorado, owing to a restraining order violation.
We don't want anything bad to happen, guys.
There, they found an active hostage crisis, as the armed suspect was holding several people against their will. After finding a ladder in the backyard, Officer Steve Perkins climbs into an upstairs window, rescuing 2 children while keeping his gun trained on the door.
I'm going in.
It makes for pulse-pounding footage, equal parts gripping and frightening. What we don't see is the conclusion.
Okay, you guys start getting ready to go.
After further negotiations, 2 more hostages were safely released, though the suspect took his own life. Number 3, the Seattle Zombie Woman. Back in May 2021, a terrifying series of videos took the world by storm. Taking place in Seattle, they depicted a woman in some type of distress.
Hey! Hey, ma'am! Hey, it's okay! Hey! Well, we're trying to help you!
She was loudly howling, and people referred to her as the Zombie Woman, owing to her shuffling gait and disturbing appearance. Police were called on the woman, and their interactions with her were captured on BodyCam.
No, ma'am, have a seat.
They approach the woman and attempt to calm her down, and she eventually lays on the ground. As the police examine her, they discover what appears to be fake blood and makeup.
Ma'am, are you able to tell us what's going on yet? Ma'am.
Looks like makeup.
Turns out this was all a political stunt to protest the COVID vaccine. For a while there, she had us all going, and we were scared senseless.
Idiot. Regardless of your opinions and views and things like that, what an idiot wasting all those people's time.
I know, yeah.
I guess she got a job done what she was aiming to do, but at the same time, like you said, complete idiot for what.
There's probably better ways, isn't there? If you've got thoughts about something, 10
years in prison and have a think about what you did.
I think it should. I think there is fines for wasting police time. There's you got say 5 cops there that all could be potentially saving someone's life, or say doing something positive, and then it's you thinking that you deserve that.
Yeah, she needs looking up anyway in the loony bin.
Right? I just think make her face look like that permanently. Permanent makeup, not hurting her. And just say you got what you wish for now. There you go.
Number 2, the Chris Watts interview.
There's only one person in this room that knows what the truth is.
I know what this one is as well.
Who is it?
I don't want to keep pausing it, but his wife and his kids went missing. And he did an interview, and he's on TV, he's talking to the cops and everything, but his neighbour had CCTV footage.
I've seen it. I didn't know that was him.
I think it's the one where they found his wife and kids in the septic tank.
Correct.
Or something.
That's what I was going to say. Is that the one?
Yeah, but he's adamant and.
I've seen the thing. I know it's now on the bottom. It says Netflix, and I think I watched it. I didn't know that was his name, Chris Watts, but I know which one you mean. Where you go in the house, and was the car missing or something? And
and he said something about the car, and then the neighbour had
no
CCTV
wedding ring on or something. The wedding ring was on the side, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's
weird
proper twisted one.
And in about 5 minutes, there's going to be 2 of us.
The case of Christopher Lee Watts is a very famous one. On August 13th, 2018, Watts killed his pregnant wife and 2 children and disposed of their bodies at an oil site. Later that day, police responded to a missing persons report and visited Watts at the family home.
How long have you guys been married?
So, we've been together 8 years, married 6 this year.
Okay. And this is very unusual behavior?
Their interactions with Watts were caught on their body cameras, and the footage is chilling.
Kids need medication too, and apparently she didn't take their medication either.
Watts conjures up numerous lies as the police question him and search the house.
So, when she got back from the airport last night, usually, she just dumped it in the bed. Most of the time when she does that, she'll want to wash the sheets the next day to get the airport off of them since she just came off the airport.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of.
His suspiciously calm demeanor is also noteworthy, as he doesn't appear worried and seemingly has an answer to every question.
Have you tried to contact any of them?
Oh yeah, we've exhausted every option. The last thing I'm going to do is hospitals. Hotels.
Watts eventually confessed to killing his wife and was arrested. He pled guilty to the homicides and was given 5 life sentences.
Does she have any other friends in this neighborhood?
No, we haven't talked to many people around here, honestly.
Before we continue, be sure.
What triggers people to do things like that? I remember I've seen that on Netflix. I remember.
Yeah. I can't remember was she having an affair, or she was going to leave him or something. I think the context was she was going to leave and take the kids.
I can't remember what it was in the end. I remember something to do with the wedding ring, whether she left it on the side or she didn't have it on, or something like that. They found it in the house, something like that.
Right.
So there must have been some kind of altercation when he said she just got back from somewhere.
Yeah.
But I watched it ages ago. But yeah, I don't know what triggers someone to. You're in love with someone for years, 8 years together, and all of a sudden you think, nope, today's the end for you.
Yeah. And the kids though as well.
And the kids as well, yeah. How crazy do you have to be?
I know, yeah.
You've got to be seriously unhinged, but that is an absolute waste of air. So like when people debate, I've had debates with people about the death penalty because it's a lot of people say it's unethical, but he's murdered his wife and kids. Look at the little kids.
Yeah,
he shouldn't go to prison for the rest of his life. He should just be taken out the back.
I get that, but at the same time, I'd like to see people be punished for what they've done. And sometimes prisons ain't the nicest place. They don't let him suffer for years and years and years.
Because of the nature of his crime, he'll probably be in segregation in prison.
I don't know.
Yeah,
they're not going to put him in general population when he's harmed kids.
No, they'll put him with all the other nutters.
They should.
Let them have a nut fest together.
It should just be battle royale style.
Yeah, exactly,
just put them in the middle.
Free for all.
Just give what they should do is like a computer game. Give them every so often, give one of them an axe, and then take the axe away and give another one I don't know, some other kind of weapon.
They should definitely separate drugs charges and things like that to murdering scumbags, killed his wife, killed his kids. They should be all in a room together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
and then we should watch them for sport.
Correct. Yeah,
without a doubt.
Yeah.
But that's just a waste of a person.
Introduce the axe.
Yeah. And you think, how much money is that going to cost the taxpayer to keep him alive until he's 80?
A lot of money.
But when you put the axe in, it's red hot. So when you have to pick it
so
up,
you've really got to want to use it.
Yeah.
You'll get people touching them so they get stuck to their skin, and they'll have axe hands for the rest of their life.
Yeah. But then after 10 minutes they explode.
Yeah. It just keeps getting hotter and hotter.
Yeah.
I think we've we've invented a game show here.
I think we should be locked up as well.
I'm not going. You can go in, Mike.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Jordan Turpin escapes her house. The Turpin case became international news when it broke in the winter of 2018. David and Louise Turpin kept their 13 children imprisoned and mostly hidden from the world.
Hi, Jordan. Hi, what's going on?
I just ran away from home.
Okay.
I live in a family of 15.
They were regularly mistreated and starved, and they suffered from malnutrition and cognitive impairment. They were finally freed after Jordan Turpin managed to escape and call the police.
Our parents are abusing. They abuse us. But the reason I called and the reason I managed to get out here, this is one of the most scariest things I've ever done.
After arriving at the scene, a responding officer spoke with the teenage Turpin, who didn't know what the word medication was, had a generally limited vocabulary, and showed the deputy a picture of her chained-up siblings.
Do you take any medication?
What's medication?
Medication?
Yeah, what's medication?
Do you take pills?
It's both horrifying and absolutely heartbreaking. Later, police raided the Turpin house and found many notable signs of neglect and filth.
Ma'am, why don't you step over here for a minute? Okay, with you. And sir, step over here for a second.
Both parents were arrested and sentenced to life in prison.
I remember that story as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're right.
13 kids.
You think about the levels of abuse that would have had to have taken.
That just makes me angry watching that, man.
I know, yeah.
Proper makes me angry.
For life in prison, that's, there's lots been unsaid there.
You think there'd be a lot more,
on.
checks and balances about, having that many kids, because you obviously, unless she's had them at home or something, I don't know, but, you'd think hospitals and doctors would have had an idea, and
but they
schools and I don't know.
I think the care, I know in this country it's about 6 months of a nurse every now and again pops in to check on the welfare of the kid.
Yeah.
But after that, it's kind of it's just fair game.
I heard many stories secondhand or read them in the newspapers or whichever way you do it. But these people who are like that, them kids, they probably go into the system then, and then they probably go through similar what they've been through already.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
And the people who, I'm not saying all of them, but there are routes down the systems where it's wrong as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened.
I mean, obviously, I don't know anything about that case pretty much apart from what we've seen. But
it's bad.
I mean, you'd have to read into it and wonder, how it got to that stage, how it happened.
I was
with that many kids. I mean,
I was talking about this at the weekend. That my dad was like horrifically abused as a kid. You know, his parents were really alcoholic abusive. He was in and out of foster care and care homes. And one of the care homes he got sent to in North Wales was one that got shut down because everyone was abusing the kids.
Yeah.
And it was one where on his first night there, he was told by another kid, if they come for you at night, pretend to be asleep. And that's literally the only way the kids could survive. Because it's fucking so like out of the frying pan into the fire. Hopefully, those kids get rehomed to nice, good people.
Yeah, you would hope that happens across the board for everyone who needs a rehome.
Absolutely,
but,
of
course. Unfortunately, not everyone gets that chance.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.